Hey everybody, this is DayTraderRockStar, and this is the first part of the HPS watch list going out for the week of, we'll call it the first week of October, but the week of October 5th. October 5th starting Monday. What a day it's been. Let's just start off talking about today. I don't know if this video will get out before the close today. Hopefully I could get the first part out. We'll split these videos into a kind of a market radar and a watch list going into next week that we like to trade. Now, things are moving and grooving today. I'm off the air, of course, on Fridays. I was under the weather yesterday and today too, but I had to get into the office. I had to continue to keep track of what's going on and to manage my positions. So I'm here at the office, but when the market opened up today, we had that gap down, and the non-farm payrolls came out. It was awful. I mean, the numbers came across, and the market just dropped. We'll go back here and take a look at the just the reaction you're seeing on the chart here. Let me move this down here, and I don't know. We could. Let's see it's going to be hard to. There we are. So right when we got the non-farm payrolls and the jobs report, market here dropped off, and it looked pretty bad. Going out further and everything, market was getting a nice bounce. And if you remember, I did a market radar out a couple of days ago looking for a midweek rally on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, and we had a very nice rally. I mean, we've seen bigger ones, but we had a nice couple 100-point day up, and it was a nice rally, and it was all based off a 60-minute divergence, a 60-minute setup. It was also a setup that we had on the multiple time frames. I want to bring that over to you too. Here, let me bring up this. So this was where we were looking for this bounce right here. We're looking for that big candle. We had that nice candle. And the other day, yesterday we had the follow-through day, but today was a little shaky this morning. But the fact is, we got oversold on the daily. We had a 60-minute setup. Right back here, we had a 60-minute divergence. If you look back here, you can see that stochastic setting right here. So we really called for a big move from this point on. All right, a big move from this point on. Now, something has happened today that it just needs. This is exciting stuff. I decided, because I was just feeling awful this morning, I said, I'm going to have to just lay down. So I lay down on the couch and kind of had the show on in the background. And I'm just, I'm saying, all right, damage is done. Things are, I'm making sure everything's kind of stabilized. I'm actually seeing some relative strength in some oil stocks, and I'm okay with those. We had a great trade in Wynn. When Resorts actually gapped up, I took my options off on that. We're still holding the common. And I said, all right, I'm going to lay down. I don't feel that good. I'm going to lay down. So I was laying down there, and I could hear the crickets in the background. We have an audio indicator for the market, and I decided to get back up and sit down there. And here it is. Market went back positive, and there's a lesson to be learned there. The emotion that you see with the market dropping off tends to flush a lot of people. When you get a bad number like that, it just turns your stomach inside out, and in lots of cases, it will shake you out of your positions. If you got shaken out today, and now looking at the market right now, you got to be feeling as sick as I was this morning. And I was physically, I was like not sick because of the markets. I was sick physically, but it's not a good feeling. But what happened here, and again, sometimes that's the best thing to do is just to get up, walk away, let this crap play out, and the next thing you know, you're back in positive territory. Now, it's a tremendous reversal day today. If we hold on to it, it's about 2 o'clock, 2:15 right now, and we really need to hold on to these gains because nothing's said and done until the end of the day. But there is a couple more indicators that are lining up. So first of all, this was this was the big call earlier week for a Wednesday rally. We had a nice candle, big explosive move. Here's your hourly. We followed through, chopped around the last day, and then today we had the breakdown, early morning breakdown, and then the reversal, and this is where we are right now. But if you look here, and this was actually, remember, I was laying down, so I believe someone in the room mentioned this. Paul mentioned it to me when I sat back down, and they mentioned that we had a perfect 60-minute divergence. Now, 60-minute divergence is what caused this. Didn't cause it. This is, This is our indicator. This is what we really go by. And it's a great indicator. It means the momentum has shifted before the price. The price made lower lows. The momentum on the 60, which is a longer time frame, is going to cause this bigger move to push higher. It's different from the 1 minute. It's a bit different from the 5 minute. It's the 60 minute. Typically a much longer time frame. So right here we had that lower low. We had that spike low. But what happened here? We didn't rotate all the way back down on the 60. We started turning back up. So we had that lane divergence on the 60. And it wasn't the typical lane divergence we see where we hit the low, bounce, and then make a higher. We made a lower low, turned up here. All right, I'm sorry. I had the cash chart up. I wanted to show it to you on the futures. On the futures, we see this low here. And then we had this lower low, very strong lower low with the gap down. It had to happen on the futures here because it was, it was kind of a pre-market drop here. So it's showing up on the futures. Our ram in the bush indicator, so something that I code name, our ram in the bush indicator is one of our stochastic settings, has shown it really nice. You could start to see it here also on a standardized, 14.3 full fast stochastic indicator there, oscillator. But you really see it in the ram in the bush. And from that point on, it was, you see this market return right back up here. Now, we haven't gotten extended here. And let's take everything in stride here. A nice day, a nice reaction area bounce back. Very strong. Let's take a look here at the 5 minute again, or actually the S&P cash chart again. Let's get my everything up here and running here properly. Let me move this over here. And, you can see that the 60 minute has crossed back up here. Now, this, could be taken as a sign of strength. We're kind of embedded back up here. We're starting to get back, and we never made a full rotation down. Just extreme strength into that sell-off today. And, the markets are sometimes hard to figure out. And that's why, sometimes you have to just sit back and let it play the games and search for those stocks that are showing relative strength or relative weakness versus the overall markets. And at this point, even last week's watch list was based off some really quality names, and these names are all moving right now, and we're going to go over those soon. So as a market radar part of this is very bullish going into next week. We have a weekend in front of us, and I'm always hesitant on that, but we do have China closed. All right, so Chinese markets will be closed. And so we don't have to really maybe not worry too much about that news coming out of China that might stunt this, this bounce, this rally, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's a positive. Seeing the market rebound from this, is a big positive in itself. It pushes out rates. The rates have now been priced out to maybe a March lift, rate hike. Back all the way to March, maybe even kick down, the cans kick down even further. Maybe this brings even some kind of stimulus back into the picture. Who knows? But anyway, things are looking pretty good on the chart. We've based out here for a while. We came down almost a double bottom here, and we've definitely starting to show some good candles here, starting to build up. And the main time frame here, the daily here, is very, very strong. Now, we take a look at the weekly every so often. The weekly has been chopping around here. We haven't turned back up. We haven't crossed back down. Typically, if we can consolidate, right above the low portion at that 20 line, and we just consolidate there. I'm very cautious of that. Very, very cautious of that. But, it's not the best indicator that we usually go by because it takes so long to work out. It's really the daily that we're looking at right now, the 60. The 60 is bullish based off it's embedded if we didn't make that full rotation. The daily is very strong and bullish. And this reversal right now is very bullish. So going into early next week, we're going to look for this to continue. Let's just see how we close the day today. If we actually close in a positive manner today and actually things hold here, maybe even move higher, we're seeing oil and gas stocks here ripping. We had some really great HPS trades set up for you last week, and they're all moving right now. We have a fantastic, and these, I'm throwing these out here. This is going to be a, going out to you, even though if you're not a member of Day Trading Radio, because these trades are already in effect, and we're already in these. This is a really nice one, just kind of a freebie. This is a beautiful wedge pattern. I'm expecting this to break out in a big way next week, and I think the ExxonMobil also, I'm going to give you that one. has been consolidating, showing relative strength. And we talk about relative strength. We see the oscillator selling off. We see the price going sideways. So we know when we get close to the oversold level, there's a good chance that when that oscillator, starts to turn back up, when we could start to, that is tracking. If you know anything about the stochastics, and I have a lot of videos on that. It's tracking momentum, and it's based off the daily chart, based off the 5-minute chart, based off the 60-minute time frame. All these different time frames work on their own, but the daily here has started to gain some momentum here, and that's a great thing. That's a fantastic thing. So we started to gain some momentum back into the buyers here. I mean, and the price is starting to climb back up here. Yesterday was, we didn't get that follow through, we pulled back, but today it's really showing its true colors now, and we're in a very bullish area here. So both the oil and gas stocks, I like those a lot. There's another great wedge pattern in Occidental Petroleum, and right now it's forming what we call a bullish engulfing pattern. And we are actually engulfing that previous day's candle. That's typically a very bullish scenario also, and these are all just starting to get their rotations going here. Now there's a lot of stocks that are setting up nice now. They've been oversold. I just got into another good setup today, and we're going to go over that in the next part of the video. But right now, again, you got to be very happy with how things are playing out in the markets, and sometimes it's good to go sit on the couch and let this market play its games, and then come back a couple hours later and see it reverse. It'll save a lot of stress. Right now we have the 5-minute setup. The pullback, it's looking pretty good. I mean, we're going to get into that end of the day scenario where we could get a little bit more volatility, but overall it's looking pretty good. Excited about next week. Excited to get the watch list out. I'm working on that. It's probably going to be released tomorrow because I have to I got to leave a little bit early today right after the close at 4 o'clock, and I'll be here in the office tomorrow again to finish up the watch list. So I apologize for that if you're looking for it tonight. A lot of the setups from last week are in play right now, so you also refer back to that. All right. Other than that, I will see you on the next part of the video, and good trading. I also want to give a big shout out to Paul. He's been trading excellent. He's been, really doing a great job with the ES in the room. He's trading live. He had about maybe 6-7 good trade. New technique he got from one of the trader spotlights. Our pro traders in the room have been fantastic in sharing their knowledge and showing some great techniques. In the Paul's 7 for 7 in the futures today, and a big shout out to him of being psyched and sharing that with all the members. So we'll see you in the markets. We'll see you on Day Trading Radio. Have a great weekend, and stay tuned for the next video.